This mini-series within my channel here on YouTube is going to be focused on science-based 30-minute workouts that you can do at home with minimal equipment with the goal of building muscle and enhancing your physique. You can do it in a gym if you wish, but it'll be tailored towards minimal equipment. In this video, we're going to go through the 3 steps to decide on a workout split, which just means how you're going to split up your training throughout the week. Why 30-minute workouts? Well, if you're a parent like me or someone who has a lot going on, time can be a huge barrier to participating in fitness. Research recurringly highlights time as one of the main barriers people face to being physically active. I know for me in my early 20s, it wasn't a big deal to hit the gym for an hour, hour and a half, 5 or 6 days per week. Nowadays, with a 1-year-old, full-time job, a house, a wife, and other interests, that's just not something that's going to work for me anymore. And I've really struggled over the past year to keep fitness as a priority, which is a bit troubling since I'm approaching a decade as a certified personal trainer. I have an undergraduate degree in human kinetics, and I've been a practicing kinesiologist since 2018. Fitness is a big part of my life, but that puts me in a good position to remedy this issue and to bring you along on the journey. So let's get into the 3 steps to figuring out our workout split. A training split is how you organize your workouts throughout the week. It includes how many workouts you plan to do and what exercises, muscle groups, or energy systems you plan on targeting in each of those workouts. Now, I'm going to be using me as the case study here because this is something I'm genuinely doing for myself right now. But I will generalize enough to try to help you in case your situation differs a little bit. A reminder before we get into the steps. This is a plan that's going to be based on the goal of building muscle. Step 1 is to figure out how many workouts you are able to do per week. This might require a bit of a time audit to see where you can insert some 30-minute blocks to work out. A couple things I like to think about is whether you're going to try to work out in the morning, around lunch, in the afternoon, or in the evening, basically what time of day. Then looking if you can keep that consistent on each of the days you want to work out, or if it's going to vary a bit. So for me, I know Mondays and Wednesdays are the most unpredictable. It's really hard to set a schedule on those days, so they're out. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays are all doable. I could also add Sunday, but I like the idea of starting out a bit conservatively, just in case, rather than maxing out my available time. So 4 workouts per week sounds great. Figure out what that looks like for you. And for me, that's probably going to be first thing in the morning before kiddo wakes up and before I start work. Step 2 is to now figure out what split makes the most sense based on how many days you have available. There's one key rule of thumb we're going to be keeping in mind here, and that is we're going to try to target each muscle group twice per week. So with that in mind, if your plan has you working out 2 times per week, then a full body split is going to be best. If 3 times per week, it opens up a couple more options. You could do full body 3 times per week. You could do push, pull, full body, or you could do upper, lower, full body. In future videos, we'll dive into these a bit more. Since I'm going for 4 workouts per week, that gives me a variety of options. I could do full body 4 times per week. I could do push, pull, full body, full body. I could do upper, lower, full body, full body. I could do push, pull, and I could do upper, lower, which is the one I'm going to go with. I personally like upper, lower. I find it works nicely for recovery, for warm-ups, being able to focus on just the upper body or just the lower body, and because at-home exercises don't always follow push-pull separations all that well. If you were doing 5 or 6 workouts per week, you could split this up even more. That's where something like push-pull legs starts to enter the picture. You could do your upper body pushing exercises, upper body pulling exercises, and then lower body, and then repeat that for 6 workouts for the week. Honestly, it's a bit of an endless rabbit hole, and it doesn't really matter a ton. It's just a way to organize your training. The training itself is what matters most. Finding the split that just fits for you personally and gives you a good workout experience is probably the best way to think about it. It's whatever helps you enjoy the process and stay consistent. Keeping the rule of thumb of hitting each muscle group twice per week is worthwhile to take into consideration, given that the research and arguably the best fitness coaches out there suggest that this is the best way to get quality volume for a muscle group. Basically, if you try to do all of your exercises for a muscle group in 1 workout per week, you fall into a trap of being so fatigued by the end that you're just not doing high quality work anymore. So you might not be making any further progress with those last couple of exercises that you do for that muscle group. For example, let's say I'm working out my back and I want to do all of my exercises on one day. That's a lot of volume, and by the end, I might just be too fatigued to do any solid, high quality work. Whereas if I split that up over 2 days, I don't run into that problem. I can do high quality work, be done, and then do high quality work the next day because I've recovered. So all of the sets for that muscle group are of a high quality and a high effort for the entire week. Trying to do it all in one day is what a lot of people refer to as falling into the trap of junk volume. Sets of exercises where you're just not able to put out a good effort. Okay, so we figured out how many days per week we can train. That was step 1. And we've selected a workout split for those days. That was step 2. Step 3 is to figure out how long those workouts are going to be. And this whole series is going to be based on 30-minute workouts, which, if done thoughtfully, can absolutely give you results. Is it optimal? No, of course not. If you want to be bodybuilder level jacked, this is not the right video for you. If you want to get great results, but you have other priorities that only leave you with 30 minutes or so at a time to work out, then you are in the right spot and this is the series for you. So step 3 is to figure out the length of your workouts, which for us here is going to be 30 minutes. A 30-minute workout typically is enough time for a quick 3 to 5 minute warm-up, and then 3 sets of a superset of 2 exercises, followed by 3 sets of a superset of 3 exercises. Let's bring this all together. We're working out 4 days per week, following an upper-lower workout split to start. Each workout will last about 30 minutes, which gives us time for a 3 to 5 minute warm-up, 3 sets of a superset of 2 primary exercises, followed by 3 sets of a superset of 3 secondary exercises. This creates a solid outline for our program. And in the next video, we're going to dive into exercise selection and finish creating this initial base program. To make sure you don't miss that video, click the subscribe button and hit the little bell. And if you want to support the channel, hit the thumbs up, drop me a comment below. I always respond to all of the comments, and check out some of the other videos like this one that's going to be on your screen any moment. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Jesse Bourgeois. You can connect with me on my socials, particularly Instagram, which is linked in the description. Thanks again for watching. Talk with you next time about exercise selection.